Get ready for your daily dose of marketing strategies and tactics from entrepreneurs with the guile and experience to help you find success in any marketing capacity. You're listening to Marketing School with your instructors, Neil Patel and Eric Su.
Welcome to another episode of Marketing School. I'm Eric Su.
And I'm Neil Patel.
And today we're going to talk about how you can use Google Search Console to grow your traffic. So first and foremost, Google Search Console, we've talked about it a couple times on this podcast, but it's basically a free, you can call it an SEO tool from Google that's going to tell you how your search traffic is doing, what keywords you're ranking for, impressions for specific keywords or pages, and any errors that you have on your site. And there's a lot more that you can do with it. So this is table stakes. Hopefully you have Google Search Console installed. But first and foremost, this is something Neil and I like to do. But look at Google Search Console, and what you should do is go ahead and click on the Search Analytics section. This is going to help you basically capture a lot of clicks that you should be getting but aren't getting at the moment. So go to Search Analytics.
Wait, first search traffic, and then the drop down, then show Search Analytics.
Okay. Or if you land on the dashboard, you can just click on Search Analytics.
Could you?
Yes, you can.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Click on Search Analytics if you're in the dashboard or what Neil said. And then make sure that you check the clicks, impressions, and CTR. And then hit the radio button for pages. And then after that, go ahead and when you're sorting, click on impressions and make sure that the caret is pointing down. And then look at your CTR. Just start to sort based on that. You're really looking for the click-through rates that are below average. So in one of my cases, my average click-through rate, let's just say, is about 2%. I'm looking for pages that are getting impressions but are not generating clicks, right? That means Google's giving me credit for a specific page, but I'm not getting traffic for whatever reason. And the reason is basically I'm not doing a good job of writing a good title or a good meta description to compel people to click. So Google's done its job. Now it's your job, your turn to do your job in terms of writing a great description and title to get people to click. So that's easy. All you need to do is look for anything that is getting, let's just say a lot of impressions. So we have one post recently that was getting about 15,000 impressions a month and it only generated 3 clicks. So that's really easy to just point out and say, okay, we're going to make this change. And then 1 month later, we're going to see what kind of effect it had. And this is really, really easy to do. Doesn't take you a lot of time, and it's it will get you a nice win.
Another thing to keep in mind with Google Search Console is you should be using structured data, right? There's rich cards and all this type of different structured data. If you're not using it, you're losing out on traffic. So if you go into your site, you click on Search Appearance Structured Data, it'll tell you, hey, if there's any errors, how many items have structured data, right? Pretty much schema markup. Then there's a Rich Cards tab. And what Rich Cards tab is it lets you do specific things for, let's say, like events, right? If you have a specific event going on or whatever it may be, a recipe, product, reviews, courses, etc., you can show specific schema markup data specifically for your website, right? And by doing that, you'll actually get more traffic. I remember we were doing this with nutrition secrets for recipe pages. We would be using schema markup to show people the recipes. And by doing that, it worked out really well because we would get extra traffic because Google would highlight us within the search results pages. So it's really simple. I know it's really complicated when it comes to schema markup, and a lot of you guys would be like, oh, how do I do it? How do I leverage rich cards, etc.? Well, just go to Google Search Console, click Search Appearance, then click Structured Data or Rich Cards. And there's a button that says Get Started with Rich Cards, and they break down how to do it from beginning to end.
Yeah, the other thing you can do is look at the crawl errors that are happening on your site. Any type of crawl errors, you can review this with your developer just to figure out how you should go about prioritizing these. But if you have a ton of, let's say a lot of 404s, well, you should probably be figuring out what you should do about these. Or in some cases, if they are in fact real 404s, you can just leave them. I also like looking at the crawl stats as well, just to see how specific pages are doing. And I'm pulling this up right now, but it's showing you time spent downloading a page. If that's getting higher and higher over time, that's something you want to go about fixing, right? Page speed does factor into SEO, so take that into account, and the number of kilobytes being downloaded a day and the number of pages being crawled. If you see that going down over the last 90 days or so, or going up by too much, then you know you might need to take an action there, and there's something that you need to fix, and this is going to affect your organic traffic.
If you're getting a lot of traffic from mobile, you should do this. Even if you're not, you should do this as well because you can be getting more traffic. So under search appearance, click accelerated mobile pages. If you're not using Google's AMP framework, make sure you are leveraging it. They walk you through it. If you are, it'll show you how many AMP pages are indexed and how many have errors. And what I found when I go through so many Google Search Console, like the websites, because I have access to so many, most people, funny enough, have errors with their AMP mobile pages. And the reason being is it's new. A lot of developers aren't sure how to do it. Most of them don't even know what it is. So make sure there's no errors, because if there are errors, you'll find that you're not going to get nearly as much traffic from mobile versus if you do it right. We've been testing this a lot. We haven't seen a huge bump in traffic by switching over pages to the AMP framework, but I bet you in 2017 and beyond, people who are leveraging the AMP framework will start getting more traffic, and Google did drop hints on it, on which they're trying to push it forward and make more people use it, and the ones who are using it, it sounds like they're going to give priority to those sites.
Yeah, and you're actually seeing that. They're doing a couple of tests right now inside of the Google results. You're going to see some AMP pages show up in a carousel. So obviously, it is a good experience. I mean, when you're clicking, for example, AMP pages or even Facebook Instant Articles, it is a pretty good experience on your mobile device. The last thing I will add here is mobile usability. Click on that just to see, double check if you have any issues. Oftentimes, you're not going to, but sometimes it can just crawl up. And, mobile has actually just... I think as of a couple of days ago, this is in, a couple of days ago, we're in November right now, 2016, mobile has in fact moved past desktop in terms of usage. So keep that in mind. Do look at the mobile usability page. It's not something you're going to look at too much, but sometimes you will have some issues there. Neil, anything else to add before we hop off?
Yeah, I would also look at the regions you're targeting. So within your website, you can do international targeting. And this is really important. If you're targeting a specific region, you need to select it here. It'll help you get more traffic within that region. I've done this on many of my sites, and I found that it's worked out really well. If you have a multinational site, what you want to do is, like, I have neilpatel.com/BR for Brazil. I'll add neilpatel.com/BR just to Google Search Console. And within Google Search Console, I'll label that section purely for Brazil. And that's helped me get more Brazil traffic. The moment I made that switch, within 30 days, my Brazil traffic literally doubled. It was a huge difference. The other thing you want to do is go under crawl and look for errors. I mentioned errors earlier. A lot of people have errors on their websites, from desktop to smartphones, etc. There could even be spam issues, right? Like, all these things affect how much Google traffic you're getting. That's why they have a tab just for security issues, because if your site's been hacked or if there's issues like errors, you're not going to get as much search love. Make sure you fix all these things.
That's it for this episode of Marketing School. We'll see you tomorrow.
This session of Marketing School has come to a close. Be sure to subscribe for more daily marketing strategies and tactics to help you find the success you've always dreamed of. And don't forget to rate and review so we can continue to bring you the best daily content possible. We'll see you in class tomorrow, right here on Marketing School.